We live in a time when humanity has sent telescopes into deep space, landed robots on Mars, and even taken the first picture of a black hole. We have mapped the human genome and built machines that can peer into the very fabric of reality. And yet, at the very same time, millions of people believe the Earth is not a globe, but flat. This is the strange paradox of our age. The more knowledge we have, the louder ignorance sometimes becomes. This is a story about the lie that captured a generation, the centuries of science that proved it wrong, and the man who tried to prove it right in a rocket he built in his backyard. On September 28, 2002, Mike Hughes, a daredevil known to his fans as Mad Mike, set a truly bizarre world record. He was a limousine driver, and he used that limousine to perform a massive ramp jump. He launched the 3-ton car nearly 40 meters through the air. The stunt was wild enough to put his name into the record books, but Mike was not satisfied. Years later, in 2014, he built a homemade rocket in his garage and launched himself skyward. He survived with injuries, but with a new ambition: to reach the edge of space. But rockets are expensive. To build the next one, he needed over $100,000. He tried crowdfunding, a common way to raise money for projects today. At first, only 2 people believed in him. He raised just $310. Then, Mike said something that changed everything. He declared, "I don't believe in modern science. I believe only in what I can see with my own eyes. My mission is to prove whether the Earth is flat or round." Suddenly, thousands of dollars poured in. Flat Earth believers rallied around him, convinced he was their hero. You might think, surely no one really believes this, but surveys show otherwise. In the US, about 1 in 10 people say the Earth is flat. In Brazil, it's 7%. In Bulgaria, 8%. And in Tunisia, even a PhD geology student tried to defend a flat Earth in his thesis. This isn't just a handful of people, it's a global movement. Why do people reject overwhelming scientific proof? The answer lies in the internet. Social media algorithms designed to keep our attention reward shocking claims more than quiet, complex truths. A video claiming the Earth is flat spreads faster and gets more views than a physics lecture. This creates an echo chamber where people hear the same lies over and over until they sound like facts. The modern flat Earth movement isn't a new idea, but a very old one, supercharged for the digital age. What's fascinating is that thousands of years ago, before satellites or airplanes, humans already knew the Earth was round. We had proof. Around 500 BC, a Greek philosopher named Pythagoras looked at the sun and moon and noticed that they were perfect spheres. He reasoned that Earth, as a celestial body, must be too. In 350 BC, Aristotle observed lunar eclipses. The shadow of the Earth on the moon was always a curved line, never flat. Only a sphere could make a perfectly round shadow every time. He also noticed that as sailors returned home, ships wouldn't just get smaller, they would disappear bottom first over the horizon. If the Earth were flat, a ship would just get smaller until it vanished. But the most brilliant proof came from a Greek mathematician named Eratosthenes in 200 BC. He had heard that at noon on the summer solstice, a stick in the city of Syene cast no shadow. But in his home city of Alexandria, a stick cast a shadow. Using just the angle of the shadow and the distance between the two cities, he calculated Earth's circumference to be about 40,000 kilometers, astonishingly close to the modern value of 40,075 kilometers. He did this with no rockets, no satellites, just shadows and reason. If science had settled this thousands of years ago, why did the flat Earth idea come back? The modern flat Earth movement can be traced back to Samuel Rowbotham in 1865. In his book, he argued that the horizon looks flat and that lakes look flat, so the Earth must be flat. He ignored one simple detail. Earth is so large that its curve isn't obvious on small scales. Later, William Carpenter wrote 100 proofs Earth is not a globe. He used religious texts like the Bible to claim Earth has 4 corners. Supporters even pointed to the United Nations logo, saying it secretly shows a flat Earth. In their model, the Earth is a flat disk with the North Pole at its center. The ice mountains of Antarctica form a giant wall at the edge which keeps the oceans from spilling out. The Sun and Moon are much smaller, rotating above the disk like spotlights. This is how they explain day and night. Rowbotham's most famous experiment was on the Bedford River in England. He looked through a telescope and saw a boat's flag still visible miles away, seemingly proving the Earth was flat. But he ignored a simple law of physics, refraction, the bending of light as it passes through layers of warm and cold air. What he saw wasn't the boat, but a mirage. 5 years later, in 1870, a renowned scientist named Alfred Russel Wallace repeated the test. He set up safeguards against refraction, and his results showed exactly what physics predicted. The Earth is curved. Wallace proved Rowbotham was wrong and won a public challenge for £500. But the flat Earth community rejected the result, claiming it was a conspiracy. And this is the core of the problem. Fast forward to the 20th century. In 1946, a US rocket took the first photo of Earth's curve. By 1966, both the US and the Soviet Union, bitter enemies in the Cold War, released pictures of the round Earth. To believe in a flat Earth is to believe those enemies were secretly in agreement about a grand global conspiracy. The greatest argument against the hoax isn't science. It's the fact that our greatest enemy never exposed it. So why, despite all this evidence, do flat Earth movements grow? The answer lies in psychology. Psychologists point to mental laziness. Simple answers feel easier than complex science. It's easier to say global warming is a lie because it's cold today than to understand decades of climate data. This is often combined with the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people with little knowledge overestimate their expertise. It's a powerful combination: the desire for an easy answer and the confidence to believe you found it. For many, flat Earth is not about science. It's about a feeling of belonging, a feeling of being a rebel who knows a secret truth. And this is where the story of Mad Mike Hughes becomes a powerful, tragic lesson. He didn't just believe in the flat Earth, he turned it into a business. He sold doubt to people for profit. In 2020, he launched his final rocket. His parachute ripped and Mike was killed instantly. Afterward, his friends revealed a shocking truth. Mike never really believed the Earth was flat. His death was real, but his belief was a performance, a way to fund his dangerous stunts. Flat Earth is a lie that falls apart with a simple look at the real world. Modern air travel relies on a round Earth model. The shortest path from New York to Tokyo isn't straight across. It's a curved path over the Arctic. If the Earth were flat, none of our satellite navigation, GPS, or weather forecasting would work. Even a simple sunset proves Earth's curve. The sun doesn't just get smaller, it disappears from the bottom up. On a flat Earth, that would never happen. Flat Earth is not really about the Earth. It's about human belief, about how we choose stories over facts, feelings over evidence. But the universe doesn't bend to belief, it bends to reality. The real wonder is not that people deny it, but that we are capable of knowing it at all. We live on a round planet, circling a star, in a galaxy among billions. And that, far from being a conspiracy, is the most extraordinary truth of all.